It's Saturday, July 6, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, if you want to keep waking people up, getting the message out there, please share these videos. Please make sure to subscribe. People keep writing me saying that they're not being notified of the newest videos. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. It's really important to hit that bell notification down below. I want to get right into this video today. A few things I want to talk about on this Saturday. Yesterday, 124 degrees out here. Today, I think we're going to hit about 120. It is absolutely brutal, but this heat wave that is taking place across America is really, really unbearable. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're really looking after your animals, your cats, your dogs, etc. Make sure you're really looking after the pets. They can't talk, right? So make sure that they're being well taken care of. Don't forget about them, and whatever you do, do not leave them in the car for 1 minute. Now, shifting gears here, a few things I want to talk about. As we wrap up this 4th of July weekend tomorrow, by Monday, people are going to have a major financial hangover from celebrating this holiday weekend, and I hope everybody had a great 4th. But a lot of people spent money they didn't have to travel to take a 4th of July vacation. The roads were very busy. Lake Havasu, a couple hours from here, very, very busy. So people were definitely out spending money. A lot of people were spending money they didn't have. They were using buy now, pay later. They were using credit cards, etc., going deeper and deeper into debt. The hangover begins Monday. And you know, as I read these articles about broke people taking vacations, I'm hearing more and more people close to me, people writing to me, articles where more and more people are asking people for money, to borrow money. And more people actually asking people if they can move in with them. And this is, again, something we've been talking about for years. And I think you have to really do some due diligence here before you lend money to somebody. You pretty much better expect you're not going to get your money back. But the more serious problem here is when people want to move into your house, because once they're in, they're not always easy to get out. And if you are moving people into your house, and maybe you have a great heart, you want to help people, you better do your due diligence, and you better really know who you're allowing to stay at your house. Because think about this, if you're gonna bring somebody into your house who's been extremely reckless with their finances, who doesn't want to work, who has absolutely no money, then they move into your house, how are they gonna eat? You're paying for their air conditioning, you're paying for their water, you're probably paying for their food, you're paying the utilities. And these people don't want to work. They've been reckless with their spending. So what are you going to get out of this? It's nice to do somebody a favor, but what do you get out of this when you invite people in your house who are not, taking care of their own responsibilities, carrying their own weight, paying their own bills? Now, if you bring somebody in and, you're charging them something and they're paying their part of the utilities and food and all that, great. And great if you want to do somebody a favor and somebody's hit hard times and you bring them in. But what happens when they don't want to go to work, when they don't want to hustle, when they feel no obligation, that they're in your house now and you need to pay for everything? What do you do? They're using your food, your water, your utilities, sitting on the couch all day. There are jobs out there, maybe not great jobs. A lot of them are part-time, a lot of them are leisure and hospitality. But could you imagine bringing somebody in? How about somebody maybe with kids? Now you got kids in your house and a parent in your house, maybe 2 parents and a kid, whatever the scenario is. You've got multiple people in your house now that these people have no money, no way to feed themselves, and nobody wants to work. Have you experienced this? Are people asking you for money? Family members, friends, anybody asked you to move in? I made videos years ago that there are going to be people knocking at your door for help, not just help. They're going to want to come in. They're going to want to stay at your house. They're going to want to eat your food. They're going to want to eat your protein. They're going to want you to protect them. They're going to want you to house them. They're going to want you to take care of their kids. And look, I have nothing against anybody trying to help other people. But what about the people who didn't want to listen, who have been completely financially reckless and continue to be reckless, and the people who don't want to work? Be careful who you're helping out there. I just wanted to stress that today because I'm hearing a lot more about these type of situations, and we're going to see a lot more of this desperation. And as we do, think about this: if people didn't have government subsidies, they didn't have SNAP, they didn't have WIC, if they didn't have credit cards, how bad would things look right now? Especially if they didn't have the buy now, pay laters and credit cards. How bad would it be right now? Because a lot of those people who took those vacations over the last couple of days, they did it because they have buy now, pay laters and they have credit cards. And these will be the same people at some point asking you for money one day, asking if they can come live with you because they're being evicted or they're losing their house and they have nowhere to turn to. And, please help us. We need some help and we should have listened, but we didn't, but now we need help. What are you going to do? How are you going to handle this? We all need to be thinking about this. Again, I think it's great to help people that deserve it. But people who've been absolutely reckless, who didn't want to listen, who continue to be reckless, I don't know. I'd have a hard time asking or helping these people if they asked me. I want to talk briefly about the interview yesterday, the Stephanopoulos interview of the president yesterday. I will say this, dazed and confused. That interview should have been called Dazed and Confused. The president by no means did himself any favors with this interview. In fact, it reinforced that he is on borrowed time. He is done. He's going to be out. I would not be shocked if Monday he's bounced. I think between Monday and Friday, he's out. I would be shocked if he made it through the week. Who knows? Maybe he's going to go all the way. I don't know, but I would not. I would be very shocked if he was not out by Friday. But I think as early as Monday, as late as Friday, he's out. They're cutting his money off. That is basically his lifeline. All these donors, these multimillionaires, billionaires, cutting the money off. They're basically again just going to cut his oxygen off, basically, his financial support done. There's no way you can function as a candidate without money. And when they start cutting the money off, they are cutting the oxygen supply off. They're cutting it off, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I think this coming week he's out. So we'll see. Don't have a crystal ball, have no idea. So who replaces him? Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom, probably. Newsom being the vice president, Kamala or Kamala, however you pronounce her name, as president. It's going to be a complete disaster, And watching all this, it is a reminder to you and me that we've been lied to for 3.5 years, being told that everything was fine, sharp as a tack, vigorous, strong, working 20 hours a day, this and that. Is there going to be any accountability to the people in the media, the people in the White House, any accountability whatsoever for 3.5 years of lies? They lied to everybody on the left. They lied to everybody on the right. They lied to everybody in the middle. This is not a political statement. This is not a political channel. This is a reality check, ladies and gentlemen. This is the real world. We talk about real world events and economics and finances and social issues. But I mean, what in the world is going on here, and who in the world is actually running the country? This should scare every one of us because we have no idea what's going on because we've been lied to for 3.5 years. And everybody on the right, the left, and the middle knows it. And I think everybody should demand accountability. Who are some of these people responsible for tricking the American people, lying to the American people? And many of these people are on television every day. A lot of these people are sitting in the White House every day, and there should be a major amount of accountability and prosecution for what has taken place. And right now, what if something happened? What if there was a major attack or a major incident that took place right here in America? Who in the world is going to lead this country? Ask yourself that. Now, here's another one today. This is all over the internet. I'm reading this from the New York Post. Watch the video. Mob of nearly 100 looters ransacks Oakland gas station. A store owner says police took hours to respond. This happened Friday morning, 4:30 a.m. after they did one of these street races. They close down the intersection. You know, these people are you know, they're just drifting. They use public streets as drifting areas and drag strips. 80 to 100 people broke into this gas station. Absolutely ransacked it. Thousands of dollars of damage. They took everything off the shelves, broke the shelves, even took the television out of this store. Unbelievable. And as we're talking earlier at the beginning of this video, where people are knocking at your door, people want to borrow money, people want to come in and live with you, people want you to feed them. How bad is this going to be a year from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, when people are doing this, just ransacking these stores, thousands of dollars of damage, stealing all the inventory, breaking all the windows, just for entertainment. Just purely for entertainment. I'm sure most of these people are not starving. They're driving cars, they're going to races, they're going to these drifting events on public streets. And when they're done, if there's a store nearby, they just go and ransack it and take whatever they want. We are absolutely a lawless society at this point. And it said right here, hours before the police even responded. Could you imagine being a business owner here in California, and waiting hours as 100 people are in your store destroying it? Who would want to do business here? I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of businesses and a lot of people continue to exit this state. Here's another one, and this should really bother you too. The vanishing money to Ukraine. Ferrari sales, great for Ukrainians. Watching another video today, and they're in Monaco filming all the license plates on the Rolls Royces, the Bentleys, the Ferraris, the Lambos, the Bugattis. And these license plates are Ukrainian license plates in Monaco. And there is so much Ukrainian money floating around in Monaco. Massive yachts. Somebody wrote me about a year ago about how many Ukrainian yachts they saw in Monaco when they were there. They said they've never seen so many massive yachts from Monaco ever in Monaco. They never saw so many Ukrainian yachts there. They said they were huge. There was more than ever. And now we're hearing about all of these cars, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for some of these cars. Bugatti, you know, $5 to $7 million. On top of that, all of the mansions in Ukraine that are being built or have recently been built, your tax dollars, I want all of you to know, your tax dollars are helping to fund the big mansions, the big yachts, and the big cars. Your tax dollars are helping to fund all of this. It's really, really sad. I love this country, but it is, the people who are running this country into the ground, I hope that at some point there is some accountability because people work hard and their tax dollars are not going to help this country. It's going to help multimillionaires and billionaires in other countries while people are losing their lives. King World News, Michael Oliver, shocking parabolic gold and silver moves are coming. This was an interesting article. If you get 5 minutes, check it out. It says here, is gold about to go parabolic or ballistic? Is silver going to go even more ballistic? What do you think? We saw some big moves in the last couple days on the market. I think we're going to continue to see moves. Look, you know, I know that inflation is not going away. The geopolitical uncertainty, the global uncertainty, the economic uncertainty, social uncertainty, you name it. There is so much uncertainty out there, and all this is very, very good for gold and silver. And let me reiterate this. The more these metals go up, the more dangerous the world becomes. Gold and silver don't do much in the good times, but they go ballistic during the bad times. And this really, when you look at the metals, this is a real barometer of what is happening in the real world. You don't have to look at anything else. Just look at what gold and silver are doing. That is really the barometer. And the more expensive these metals get, and the faster they go up, is telling you and I that there is big trouble on the horizon with inflation and world events, national events, debt deficits, wars, uncertainty, you name it. This is a major barometer. You know, I don't know, a year and a half ago, a year ago, people would write me and go, oh, gold and silver are way overpriced. Don't buy it. It's, gold's going back to $800. Silver's going back to $8. That's when I'm all in. Look, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not an economist. I don't sell precious metals. I'm not a dealer. I buy this stuff and I put it away and I don't think about it. But from what I'm seeing and my experience in the metals, buying them since 2013 and watching everything that's going on, reading the data all day, reading the news, watching videos, I don't see gold going down to $800 anytime soon. I don't see silver going to $8 anytime soon. I see it only going up. Now, it's not going to go up in a straight line. It'll go up, it'll pull back. It'll go up, it'll pull back. But at the end of the day, it's going to continue going up. Do I think it's going to be worth more at the end of this year than it is right now? Yes, I do. Will silver outperform gold? Have no idea. But I'm a believer more in gold than silver. Silver's more volatile. But if you can't afford gold, you need to get yourself some silver. Silver can never be worth zero. It is going up. As times get worse and gold goes higher, silver is no doubt going along for the ride. And look, a lot of the professionals, and I'm not one of them, but I watch them. You could talk to Bill Holter, Andy Schectman, all these guys, Peter Schiff, and they're probably all going to tell you the same thing. Silver will outperform gold. I don't know if that's going to happen, but the professionals say that it probably will. So if you can't afford gold, you should buy some silver. I think it's just a very important time, a critical time to be owning real things. And I think people, according to this article, I agree, people are going to be shocked about where prices are going to go. If you don't have any, if you need help, go to my link down below, SD Bullion, get yourself some silver, get yourself some gold. I don't care if you buy it or you don't. I think you should, but I don't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. I'm a gold and silver buyer. I'm a person with a microphone and a camera thinking out loud on a daily basis, watching all this transpire, same as you. And I think that it's a very important time to go back to simplicity and hold things that you can touch and get to, because if you can't, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And if you can't get to it, if it's on digits on a screen, you're going to be in very, very big trouble. So if you need help with that, go to SD Bullion, link down below. Go wherever you want to buy it from. If you have a dealer that you buy from or a coin shop you buy from, I think it's a good idea to make sure that that you're buying this stuff right now while you can, because I think it is going to get more expensive. And the more expensive it gets, the harder, more difficult it is going to be to acquire this stuff, because at some point, more and more people, more and more of the players on Wall Street, the institutional money is going to say, hey, it's getting dangerous out here. It's getting scary. We better get more gold, more silver. And you have to ask yourself, why are the central banks buying so much gold? Palm Springs Police Department. Now, I want to close with this one because this really makes me think a little bit. Out here, Palm Springs, I'm in Palm Desert right now, but 10 minutes up the road, Palm Springs. Palm Springs Police Department drones to catch red light runners, NBC News. I bring this up because there are so many cameras everywhere and so much crime everywhere. We have more cameras everywhere. Everybody's watching everything, but we have more crime than ever before. Does that make any sense to you? What are all these cameras being used for if we're not catching criminals? And now Palm Springs is flying drones to catch people running red lights. Now, I really dislike people who run red lights. Extremely dangerous. But we just had 3 people in Palm Springs last week blown away at the gas station on Indian Boulevard. Last week, 3 people blown away. We have massive amounts of crime now flooding into the Coachella Valley. Massive amounts of crime flooding into Palm Springs. And yet, the police are taking the time, the energy, the money to fly drones to catch people running through a red light. Does that make any sense whatsoever? When crime is going crazy, they have a homeless epidemic there too, by the way. We just had 3 people blown away. And this on NBC News talking about how they're trying to catch people running red lights with drones. So we've got more cameras. Now we got drones spying on us. CBDC's coming, so they can track every penny you spend. Every penny you spend. You want to tip your babysitter $20? Boom, they're gonna know where that $20 went. Your babysitter's gonna have to pay taxes. You got to pay taxes. You're driving down the street. They're scanning your license plate. Now you run a red light. A drone is flying a couple hundred feet over your head. You're going to pay the $500 ticket. Like, where is this all going? This to me is very, very disturbing. It's almost like now the citizen who is getting taxed to death is going to be really the criminal. Like, we're the criminal robbing the stores, looting the gas stations, taking everything off the shelves, destroying somebody's business. That's okay. We don't have time to go there, but we're going to fly drones over the intersection and hopefully catch you and give you a $500 ticket. We better get our priorities figured out and straightened out here in this country really, really quick. Going after the average everyday person driving a car, taxing everybody into oblivion, while people are shutting down intersections and racing and looting stores and people being blown away at the gas station. Yet they're looking for you in case maybe you drove through a red light. Unbelievable. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. And don't forget, as a country now that is really turning its back on God, where does this all go? Where does this all go? Pray for this country, America. Pray for this country. Too many people, just like Sleepy Joe, dazed and confused. And one day they're going to wake up and they're going to wish that they didn't spend half their life dazed and confused, that they actually maybe cared about this country and maybe took some type of accountability, some action, and voiced their opinion and contributed some time instead of going to baseball games and football games and sporting events and spending all their time on the couch watching reality TV shows. Maybe at that point people will go, man, maybe we should have done something. Maybe we should have really spoke out. Maybe we should have taken some accountability. Now you've lost your country. And your children will never really, really know how great this country was. God bless. Have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. And most of all, be walking close to God. Talk to all of you soon.